Hi guys, welcome to Chris's Granite Paradise and another exciting rock hunt. Again, I'm not in Granite Paradise at the moment. I got a phone call about an hour ago from my friend Alan in the local Rockhounds Club, and he asked if I wanted to come out here to section 11, mostly to go for a walk and maybe pick up some rocks. Both of us are getting to the point in our lives where we really don't need a lot more rocks, but it sure is fun to share them. He likes to tumble them and make them into things, and then he gives them away to people or brings them to the rock club, things like that. And of course, I have the YouTube channel, and I love sharing with you guys. And I think I mentioned in my San Diego videos, if you've watched those, they are digital rock hounding is kind of becoming my thing. If I find something really new and cool, I'll keep it, but I'm really starting to like the idea of catching them on film for you guys and then leaving them here for somebody else. So we'll be doing some of that today. Again, we call it section 11. Evidently there are thousands of section 11s, so that doesn't really tell us where it is. We're northeast of Fort Collins, out on farmland where Alan and the Rock Club have permission to collect. And what's really common around here is the Unakite. So I'm hoping to show you guys some good Unakite and other good things that we find. The winter wheat is coming up, so I'm trying not to step on it. Although they tell me it really can't be hurt by being stepped on until it has the long stems, which it does not yet. But still, I'm going to try not to step on it. Let's see if we could find some Unakite for you guys.
Hello, my name is Chris, and I'm a rockaholic. Before we jump into today's video, I wanted to show you these Google searches that I did relating to the geology and origin of these gravels. It's really a fascinating subject that we won't go into in depth today, but these searches give you plenty of rabbit holes to chase down if you so desire.
Those of you who have flown over the so-called flyover states, you know what it's like when you look down from the plane and you see miles and miles and miles of little squares. We're just out in the middle of one of those squares, and I have just found a beautifully green, oh, and it's nice and solid and big. This is pretty much a solid epidote, which is also common out here. Let's get the spray bottle going. Oh. Okay, those of you guys who like lapidary, this is your piece right here. Fine grained, solid, no cracks. I shouldn't be setting it down on the dirt because it's just going to keep sticking to the dirt. Yeah, how's that for a nice chunk of epidote? I think I'll keep this one. Mostly I want to do digital collecting, but this one's kind of irresistible just because of how solid it is. I've been talking about setting up my shop and sawing rocks and maybe starting to make things, and this would be a good rock for that. Nice. Our first find of the day. I was making my way over to that larger rock just to see what it is. I spotted this little guy. Looks like hematite veins going through what is likely a granite. Let's get some water on it. Yeah, very, very pretty. I'll leave this guy where he's at for somebody else. What are the chances that another human soul looking for rocks will walk across this spot and pick that up? I guess that's why these are still here. Well, let's see what this big one is. Doesn't look like anything too exciting, just a big rock. Yeah, I wonder how long the plowing machines last going through this stuff. A few interesting rocks here for you guys. Little chunk of quartz, fairly transparent, light goes through it nice. Epidocite. I think epidocite is basically quartz and epidote. It was probably originally a quartz and, what is it, plagioclase that gets replaced, right? With the epidote. But look at this guy. I'm very fond of plutonic igneous rocks because of my years in the granite countertop business. So I'm always looking for new granites, and this is a really good place for them. Let's get some water on there. Not too flashy, but just a nice solid matrix there. Maybe some hematite mixed in with the granite. Beautiful. Everything, wetter is better. Everything is better with water. Okay, so this at first glance, I thought it was a granite, but I think it's exclusively feldspar. I don't think it's graphic granite, but can you see the yellow and blue? The blue seems to reflect more, but I think the whole thing is feldspar. We'll get some water on it. Definitely an interesting color combination. Yeah, maybe not. Not too much on that side. Let's try this other side. I was hoping it was graphic granite, but I don't see quite the right pattern. I think it's just a bluish gray feldspar, maybe part of a granite pegmatite. So these trees run along a gully here. It's kind of a natural wash. I'm down low enough that you can't see the mountains over there, but the Rocky Mountains are visible if we get above the rise there. But again, referring to the view from the airplane, when you look down on the fields and you see little tributaries and stuff going across them, and they're not very deep, so the farmers just plow right through them. You can see obviously the soil's very poor. It's just sand and rocks, which is good for me for rock hunting, but at least now there's barely any of the winter wheat coming up. I still better be careful not to step on it. But a lot more rocks. And I noticed looking over towards the sun, remember a lot of these are granitic rocks, and I see a couple of very vivid reflections. I'm hoping they're feldspar crystals. Let's see if I can stay on track to it. There we go. Sure enough, a beautiful microcline crystal. Hope you can see that reflecting there. Nothing too exciting, but it is a whole crystal. I think I'll keep it just because it is intact. And now the other one I saw at the same time I'll never find again. So I better stop while I'm ahead. I'm going to try my luck again. I'm a big fan of graphic granite, and one of the ways to find it is to look for these reflections. Let's see, it's a long ways over here. If I don't lose it. This guy. Oh, that's actually quartz with a kind of a face on it. Maybe wind polished or something, but no, it's not feldspar. I got tricked that time. I found some Jasper. I know we've seen Jasper out here. It's kind of few and far between. Could be petrified wood. I'm thinking most likely Jasper. And then here's Maybe also Jasper. It's kind of black with, not very vivid, but there are some white veins there. Let's get some water on these two for you. Very pretty. Ooh, that's kind of cool. Yeah, definitely got some veining going on. Yeah, that is a nice pattern. What are your thoughts, guys? Is it just Jasper or could it be petrified wood? I'm pretty sure it's just Jasper. I always wonder how this stuff would tumble. Seems really solid. It's basically quartz or Jasper with the nice veins going through. Don't usually see it this color. Usually these are kind of red. This is almost a purplish brown. Oh guys, here's some eye candy for you. This is not Unakite. I thought it was. It's just red granite. But it's really red. That's a nice color red. Yeah, boy, that's pretty solid too. Sorry about the dirt stuck all over it. I'll clean it off here a little better. And then this one, some kind of nice. I don't know if you can see, we almost lost our sun. It's getting late and it's behind a cloud. But you can see a little bit of that gold mica in there. Yeah, I might want to keep this one too. See, I'm thinking ahead because if I start cutting stuff, making my table tiles or anything like that, pretty rocks that are vivid colors and solid are going to be desirable. There we go. That's pretty cleaned off. This almost looks like red dragon from the granite countertop business. It's a Chinese granite that they call red dragon. It's just because it's super red, and that's how this is. Few interesting rocks here for you. This is hematite in sandstone. I have some really nice pieces of this at home that are from here. It just forms kind of concretionary structures. This one's a nice vivid red. And these are a couple more epidotes. Pretty nice green there. It's kind of fractured, so I think I'll leave him. But this one, the color is not extremely vivid, but the veining on it is interesting. You can see almost a bluish vein, then a light green vein pushing through other dark green veins. So this rock cracked, cracked, and healed several times. This is fairly common in the rocks coming down the Poudre River. These rocks have nothing to do with the Poudre River, but I imagine they washed out of the same mountains eons ago. I'm partial towards granite. You guys are going to have to forgive me. But I never get tired of the different varieties of granite that wash out of the Rockies. So many different colors, patterns caused by the infinite possibilities of percentages and content of the minerals. So every single piece you find is somewhat different. This really catches my eye. That is pure milky quartz. That's about as big a piece as I've seen here. Look how flat that surface is. And it's kind of sparkly, so it appears to have almost a granular texture as opposed to crystalline. But the light goes to it really good. It's got this nice bevel on the bottom. That would stand up nice on a flat surface. I'm not sure what I would do with it. And it's kind of big. I'll put this in the think about it pile. That's a nice chunk of quartz. Little shattered on the backside, I guess. It's worth a few squirts. Yeah, there's no real pattern in it. Just big. Little gemstone for the taking. That's a nice vivid green also. Get it a little wetter. Kind of cracked. I think I'll leave him for you if you want to come and get it. How's that? Beautiful stuff. A little bit of pink on the end, so maybe we could call this Unakite. Another nice Unakite. This is definitely Unakite. You can see the pink and the green together. Pretty much goes all the way through. Yeah, nice piece. All right, the lighting is just about as bad as it can be right now. But I did see this guy. Really a darker green. Pretty smooth, solid. Let me get it cleaned off for you. I'm really glad I took the time to clean this off. I'm not sure if you can see. Again, the lighting isn't very good. But can you see the like a brecciated pattern there? I don't know that I've ever seen that here in the epidotes, in the green rocks around here. This almost looks like clasts of several different shades of green mixed in with the main rock. So that is interesting. Usually these occur as veins punctuating through granite and similar rocks in the Rocky Mountains, but this is very different just because of the brecciated pattern. And it's pretty solid. Just a really dark green. It's got some, remember they plow these fields so with a machine, and so the rocks do bang against each other and get broke. And you can see this is clearly broken, and it's very fine grained. Unique. I wasn't gonna give it much attention, but that pattern is definitely different. All right, the sun is starting to get to where the lighting's a little better again. Enough for me to see this little beauty. Yeah, that's another nice solid green. Almost looks better out of the sun. There we go. So there's not so much glare. Epidote. Lots of epidote, guys. Hey, I think this is maybe another epidocite, just a little coarser grained. But it's got green epidote crystals in either a feldspar or quartz matrix. It's pretty shattered, so I'm not going to take it. That is a cool rock. Let's see it wet. Yeah, very nice. I hope that's showing for you as green as it looks to me. Well, guys, the lighting is actually better now that the sun isn't glaring off of everything. I have about a 15-minute window where I'll still be able to see. Alan wanted to do a brisk walk around the 4-mile perimeter of this mile square that we have permission to hunt on. He said we'd meet back at the car, which is over there. That's That's another car that's moving. And then there's our car. Yeah. So we'll slowly meander back there, and I'll talk at you and show you a few more rocks. Again, remember, if you come to a field like this, try not to step on the plants. Again, at this stage, they say it doesn't really hurt them to get stepped on, but I still feel like I shouldn't. That's just a rock. Very rocky soil. And again, just under this, there's something like 60 feet of very high grade, high value gravel. Gravel is sought after more now because they're starting to run out of sources for it. So I imagine someday they may open quarries out here. Thought I saw something. How many times does a rockhound bend down for every rock he actually picks up? Then out of every rock that he actually picks up and looks at, how many of those does he keep? And then look at my backyard. How many times have I bent over, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, I'd love to hear your answers in the comments. I imagine many of you have asked the same question. What a beautiful day. Here we are, northern Colorado, 1st of February. No wind. That like never happens. And no snow. So very strange. Another piece of Epidote, not super green, and a piece of quartz right next to it. Neither of which are stellar. Oh, they're kind of nice. That's actually, it's hard to tell because of the lighting. But yeah, it's about the same color as the plant, so that is another nice chunk of the Epidote. Lots of Epidote out here. The beautiful Colorado Rockies that everybody writes songs about. I believe that is Long's Peak, which is in Rocky Mountain National Park. Yeah, beautiful clouds. Getting too dark to see now, guys. But there's always time and always room and always the hope of just one more rock. If you have visited here at Granite Paradise or have watched many of my videos, it doesn't take long to figure out that many times I've been blessed with far more than that one more elusive rock I mentioned a minute ago. I have placed my collection from this locality at the base of what I call the Tree of Life sculpture. And I want to point something out. You can see the display is surrounded by pink rounded river rocks. And those are from a different location. They're actually from here near the house. And the rocks from where we're making today's video are much more angular, much more jagged. And this goes back to the geological processes of glaciation and violent outwashing, floods, and things of that nature that ripped them from the Rocky Mountains and piled them up in these fields. As I said earlier, some 60 feet deep is what they estimate the gravel to be here. And we're quite a ways from the mountains. So it's just interesting to note that angular nature. It really points to the geology. But again, thank you for coming on this beautiful, unexpected adventure northeast of Fort Collins, Colorado. The sun has just gone down. Spectacular view of the Rocky Mountains. Very little wind, no snow. February 1st, 2026.